Nerd or Not, reaching Carrot Top levels of popularity.
Fucking blasted in the face with volcanic shotgun diarrhea.
Sorry, it's time to take the trash out. That's what Sanford Sunday plays.
Is it trash time? Because we're talking about Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and that would be appropriate.
It's perfect. Hello, Cretins. Welcome to episode 22 of the Nerd or Not podcast. We give all kinds of opinions on everything under the bright nerd sun. I am Jay, and with me is Bob and Corey. Together, we are the Cretins Guild.
Yep. Always laughing. Off seg.
So we've got a big topic to go into today with the action movie playoffs. But first, we promised you, real quick, we're going to talk about our favorite female action movie star, or character, I guess. And for me, and this is surprising to me because I did not expect to enjoy the film as much as I did. It's Furiosa from Fury Road. Really
that sounds familiar.
Is that someone else's as well?
No. Actually,
okay.
It's not. No.
All right.
And I'm glad that y'all thought that's what I was going to guess, because now
she had to be in your top three, I'm guessing.
Actually, not even in the top 5, and here's why.
Well,
okay. Well, go ahead.
We'll get on.
Go ahead.
We'll
This is your spot. So shoot.
My initial reaction was actually, it's got to be Ripley, but we said no Ripley's, so Ripley does not get nominated.
Yeah, Ripley's the Samus of the cinema world.
Exactly.
Everyone
and then
says
I was considering going with Diana from Wonder Woman, because I fucking love the Wonder Woman film.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see it again before I really say, yeah, that's the one I think that'd be my number one. Mm-hmm. And then I started to think, what movie have I enjoyed the most recently that's a good action film? And it was Fury Road. I love Furiosa. I thought it was a great film, and I thought she was a great character.
Mm-hmm.
So she might get pushed out by herself, though, if Atomic Blonde is as good as it looks. All right, Bob, how about you?
My pick was one of my favorite actors of all time is Jackie Chan, and I remember there was a performance by very famous actress Michelle Yeoh in Police Story 3, better known as Super Cop. Jessica Yang is the name of the character. She played a fellow officer, and it's one of the few times where somebody actually showed up. Jackie Chan outperformed him in the stunts department.
Granted, happens a lot more often nowadays.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, but back then,
how old is Jackie now? He's like 70.
He's 70, but his body's 312.
Yeah. So, who was yours? I'm interested in this.
Mine, Charlie fucking Baltimore from Long Kiss Goodnight, and I thought y'all were gonna pick that because it's one of my favorite movies, and I constantly talk the shit up out of it.
I know what a special place in your heart you hold for her, the character.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, okay, I can think of somebody else.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I yielded to your decision.
Well, now that I've said it, Jay's gonna be like, oh, because Corey loves fucking train wrecks. So yeah, it ought to stick out. I liked her for one thing. The stunts are. This is separate from the character, but still, it was the way that they incorporated both of her personalities into all the stunts throughout the action movie, and I thought her reactions were very believable to both of those characters, because she's the schizoid sort of. I don't really know. It was a very plain definition of what multiple identities were in that movie. It was the 90s. Anyway, what I really liked about her though was the fact that A, good lines, B, something that stuck out about the Spider-Man movie a lot, this most recent one, not the first one. Homecoming, yeah, was you don't
seen it.
So I've not seen it.
No.
Right. Well, shit. I can't say anything then. All right. Well, this is somewhat relevant.
Okay, hold on. You say what you have to say and give a thumbs up when you're done.
What's up? Oh, all right.
Okay.
That'll work. Okay.
For those of you who haven't seen Homecoming yet, spoilers.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Right.
But keep watching. Just do, one of these.
La 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 la.
I can't.
All right.
Good. I can't hear anything.
All right. Cool.
Not yet.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Fucking. It's just random o'clock. Forgive me. All right. I like the fact that she fucking breaks down right at the end of the movie, right before the huge coda, where the big explosion is supposed to punctuate the entire affair. She's fucking just straight up losing her shit and doubting herself and bawling her fucking crap out. and her daughter is the one that has to set her to rights. Now, you'll see some like forced vulnerability in a lot of action movie characters like this, and kind of relevant was like the first Spider-Man where Tobey Maguire's crying over Uncle Ben dying, and it's like, well, that's it's theatrical. He has to. What I liked about this most recent one was all the self-doubt that Peter expressed, and not one scene, but two. And in a similar fashion towards the end when he has to make things happen.
Yeah, when he's calling out for help.
That's utterly beautiful. Please show people being fucking weak and
human.
Well, more than human. I mean, there's like various reflections of humanity in any character, even the most shoddily written
or
one.
Inhuman?
Or inhuman, yes, which hopefully won't buckle under the Scott Buck weight. But yeah, just showing somebody that's like tired of shooting, tired of fucking blowing things up, and thinking, okay, maybe I'm not cut out for this, and maybe this is where it has to end. And her daughter's the one that picks her up, and then she gets back to like tearing just complete gibbage throughout the rest of the film. What are you fucking laughing at? You fucking.
Oh no, I'm just thinking since he can't hear it, we should just act like you said something hilarious.
Oh yeah.
All right, should we tell him to put his ears on?
Yeah, that should be it.
All right, put your ears on.
All right,
you're good.
Awesome.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but it was apparently very funny.
Oh my god!
Wait till you see it. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be laughing about that for weeks. Anyway,
all right. So second topic, we're going to move into what we have been talking about now for at least a week and getting you guys to vote on the action movie playoffs. Now, this is a spinoff of something Bob and I did eons ago when we were just fledgling YouTube people, and we did our comedy movie playoffs, which was a lot of
before YouTube was even a huge ass. Before it's the goldmine thing that it is now.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. I mean, if you guys want to watch something, yeah, go back and find those videos. Well, these are. Yeah, true. These are the action movie playoffs. We're going to talk about the brackets, the directors. We're going to go over the opening round, make some picks, give some ideas. But there were over 120 voters that participated in this, which is awesome. There were over 75 movies nominated, and your participation will become, I think, calling it difficult is going to put it mildly, because these decisions are going to be very hard for us to make. So. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen now? When we lay out these brackets, what's going to win? Sci-fi thriller, war hero epic, buddy cop film, or the martial arts masterpiece?
This isn't Springfield. We don't flim here.
We've got 32 movies to go over, selected based entirely on the popularity of your votes, which means you need to have your say on which movie moves on in a head-to-head matchup. So first up, Bob, why don't you introduce the first bracket for us?
The first bracket. Now, we've named each 4-movie bracket after a famous action director of some kind. So we're starting off with the Cameron bracket, where we have the #1 seed overall, Die Hard versus The Rock. Then right below that is Guardians of the Galaxy versus the John Woo classic, Hard Boiled.
The board staying next up is John Woo bracket, which is Bad Boys 2 versus 300. Ding. Followed by Gladiator versus The Dark Knight.
Cool. I have the Sturgis bracket, and I've got Aliens versus Desperado and RoboCop versus Shoot 'em Up.
Fuck yeah, shoot 'em up.
Ending up on the left side, we have the Hill bracket, which is Lethal Weapon versus Spider-Man 2. And then right below that, Terminator versus Super Cop.
After that, we have John McTiernan. You know who John McTiernan is? Fury Road versus Braveheart. That's an easy one. Terminator 2 versus Rambo First Blood.
Next up is the Vaughn bracket with Enter the Dragon versus Kingsman, and I'm so proud of you guys for voting it in. And Drunken Master versus Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Up next, we got the Rodriguez bracket, which is Predator versus Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. And then right below that, Die Hard 2 versus Pacific Rim.
Then the Donner bracket, Raiders of the Lost Ark versus Commando, and Jurassic Park versus Independence Day. Sorry, I had to cough that out.
It's all right.
So looking at the brackets, guys, what is the one film you would remove if you could, and what would you replace it with?
Honestly, one that I think is really overrated is Bad Boys 2. And it got a high rating, too. It's the #1 seed of its particular bracket. I I don't think it should be in there. But again, it's not up to me. People vote for it, so I'm probably in the minority here.
Have you seen both Bad Boys movies?
I have seen both of them.
Did you think one was better than the other? I mean, which one would have curried your favor?
Probably the first one, but wow, that's it's like splitting hairs. Like, what pile of shit stinks more?
Oh wow! See, I love the Bad Boys films. I think they're great.
Oh, well, you see, that's why I'm in the minority. Everyone else must think they're good. I don't see it. It's just me.
They're stupid. They're not like groundbreaking cinema in any stretch of the imagination, but I think they're fucking perfect for this playoff. So.
But then there are people that think it did. Now, for clarity, I've not seen either one. Well, I saw part of the first one, but that's it. Supposedly, Bad Boys 2 was the inspiration for Hot Fuzz. That's why Wright put that one together.
Okay, yeah, they reference it in Hot Fuzz.
Like a lot.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's, yeah.
So to some people, they would call that like groundbreaking in the genre, at least. But I don't know. I feel bad that I haven't seen it, honestly.
Don't.
Yeah,
I mean, life moves on.
Dude, I've gone out of my way to see shittier movies. It's going to have to happen at some point.
Oh, fair enough.
If only to like stay current in the conversation, you know? Yeah.
Now, if I had to substitute for a different movie, I would pick Rumble in the Bronx. Another Jackie Chan movie, but a really good one. Like, I think before Legend of Drunken Master or Drunken Master 2, before that came over here, that was like his biggest hit in the Western audience.
That kind of kickstarted the trend.
Yeah, I think it did.
Brought him to Western audiences, yeah, because that's the first one I saw. Was Rumble in the Bronx. So I remember seeing that at I want to say fucking Chris's house or some shit.
Was it Corwood Theater? I think is where.
Oh no, my god, there was a movie theater in the Coralwood Mall. Holy shit!
People from Cape Coral watching this right now are like, "Oh shit, on Coralwood!"
Yeah, both of them.
Give me a quarter, I'll tell you your fortune. That shit. That probably haunts a couple of like Mariner high schoolers' dreams. Maybe.
Fighting tridents.
Yeah. Fighting tridents.
Tritons.
It's like tridents cannot fight autonomously. They have to be wielded by.
Yes, I never understood.
By Steve Carell.
So for me, I would take Jurassic Park right the fuck out of there.
Really?
I don't think Jurassic Park's that exciting of a movie. Like there's a good like 30 minutes at the end that's really action packed. And then there's like the 2 hours, 3 hours ahead of it that it's just fucking Jeff Goldblum going, ooh, life finds a way. And fucking people just walking around and looking at dinosaur shit. It's not a fun movie. If you're gonna put a movie in there about Jurassic Park, put in Jurassic World. Or put in The Last World, where they just go fucking balls to the walls ridiculous with it, and it's just T-Rexes eating shit all the time.
Yeah.
But Jurassic Park, not an action movie. It has action sequences, not an action film.
There's a little bit too much coffee table philosophizing in it, so I can kind of see where you're coming from.
Really, really, really is.
Mm-hmm.
But I would kick it the fuck out and replace it with Avengers. Like
the first one?
I'm shocked that Avengers didn't make the list. Like the fact that we only have Guardians.
No shit, and Avengers wouldn't be the first that I'd assume you'd go with.
I thought you would say Winter Soldier.
Fucking Winter Soldier, yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
True. I was just kind of going with, mainstream, what people would pick. But I would replace it. Yeah, I would replace it with Winter Soldier. That's true. So.
All right. I wish I had some stuff to kick, but I don't. Anyway.
No buckets.
Yeah. Fucking Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Why the fuck is that in there? I can't. I mean, it had to have been more than one person that voted for it, right?
Yes.
All right. It wasn't you, was it? Okay.
Please.
Was it you, Jay?
No.
Was it?
I mean, I own it, but I didn't vote for
with
it.
Me? All right. Because I swear that whoever put this in here was like willfully trying to transmit pop culture cancer to as many people as possible that saw that pop up on the bracket.
What if they were voting for the first Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
It's still not an action movie, but it's a better movie.
Fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, like when I saw that on the list, I was kind of like, that's not even the best spy film of the last 20 years. It's not even the best Angelina Jolie action film of the last 20 years.
Yeah, and as far fucking
if Tomb Raider had made the list, I would be like, okay, there's action scenes.
Yeah. Tomb Raiders, I think like a lot of people don't really give the Tomb Raider movies like credit for at least
trying.
Huh?
Trying?
Trying? I don't know. There's a little bit more there than trying. Like, I didn't feel like an asshole walking out of the theater. I don't know. I can't. I hate Mr. and Mrs. Smith so much that I just don't want to fucking talk about it anymore.
Okay, well, what would you replace it with then?
What would I replace it with? There's a movie that I was kind of sad to not see on here. From at least a couple of like the film school snobs, and that was Brotherhood of the Wolf, because the martial arts scenes in that are fucking mind blowing, and I can't really say the same for the special effects, but the way that the special effects melded with the staging was really cool.
Yeah, they weren't horrible.
They were horrible. They didn't age all that well because it was one of those like texture heavy special effects extravaganzas, a lot like Silent Hill was.
Yeah.
I mean, same director. I know it's kind of a cop-out comparison, but those action sequences, though, my God, like trying to shoot martial arts in a raining stage in day for night would have to have been a challenge in and of itself, like enough of a hardship, but to make it stick out in the way it did, like you're never going to look at curtain rods the same way again.
Yeah, when we a couple of days ago, Corey and I, we were filling out the physical bracket. That's it over there. Mm-hmm. That's the bracket. And as we were literally filling it out on a couple of different live streams at once, people were asking us, "Oh, why don't you have this movie on there? Why don't you? What was the one?
Fucking Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
That's a good call."
They said, "Why don't you have Bloodsport?" Well, nobody voted for it. No, I mean,
because Kickboxer was better, bitches.
I didn't say that. I was trying to be PC. But here's the one argument I will always make: if someone says, "Why isn't this movie in? Why isn't that movie in?" If you feel if a particular movie should be on this list, do you honestly believe that this movie would make it all the way to the final, or the final 4, or maybe even the final 8? Would it make it that far?
I think a lot of people talk about Bloodsport, at least at work, or at least some of the places I've worked at.
Well, I think there's just too many heavyweights, and I think my opinion is Bloodsport. If Bloodsport got more votes, obviously it would be in. It didn't get enough votes. It didn't get any votes.
It didn't get any votes, which is shocking. I mean, it's like, for one thing, I'm kind of shocked that there's like zero Jean-Claude representation on this bracket at all. For two, a lot of for people that are Jean-Claude Van Damme fans, of which I'm not, but they usually cite Bloodsport as being like pretty much where his career peaked, which is almost all the way at the beginning. A little bit unfair, but yeah, out of all the people that I have like heard talk about it, you'd think it would have been that any Jean-Claude, like, where's Time Cop? At least Time Cop has like that appealing cheese factor, you know?
I fucking love Time Cop.
Yeah, I know. It's so stupid.
I love it.
Ron Silver dies. He dies like melded twins. It's bizarre and so great to watch at 2 a.m.
For the matchups, Corey, what one is the hardest for you to personally pick a winner out of?
Out of all of these, this was the subject of. This was like,
yeah, there was like a lot of debate over
the
this.
Nucleus of discussion when we were making our picks the other day. I think the hardest totally is going to be anyone that's got the misfortune of going up against Die Hard, because Die Hard. For me, it's going to be the possibility of Fury Road going up against either Terminator 2 or Rambo First Blood, because there's something.
You still think Rambo could beat Terminator 2?
Probably not. Like a lot of people, that's Terminator 2 is like, well, A, it's got a lot of like fanboys. I mean, that's obvious. But B, it's also like got a lot of reach beyond just action, because a lot of people cite it as like a sci-fi milestone as well. Mm-hmm. And then there's like the filmmaking freaks that go gaga over how it innovated in special effects too. It's got all the people behind it. But out of all of those movies, Fury Road and Braveheart and Rambo First Blood, all of them have like very strong political undercurrents, and I'm kind of wondering if you group them all together on purpose or not.
No, this is none of this is deliberate.
Yeah,
all of it is whatever movie got the most votes, that got the number 1 seed, mm-hmm. and the movie with the least votes got the last seed.
Yeah,
that's why when I put ink to the paper, mm-hmm. the very first matchup, I knew we were going to have a problem. Die Hard versus The Rock. Like 2 of the biggest quintessential action movies of all time.
I think The Rock, as much as I love The Rock, I think we're giving it maybe a bit too much credit in that bracket, though.
Oh, I think
I don't think so.
Oh yeah,
I think The Rock could fuck around and take it.
You think it's gonna go home and fuck the prom queen?
I think it could beat Die Hard. I really do.
I think out of all the number one seeds, that one has the biggest upset alert.
Yep.
Now my mind would be blown if Hard Boiled took that bracket because I'd like it to, but I don't. It's probably not.
That's an interesting. I mean, it's going to come down to what you feel is the better movie. So could this end up being a popularity contest? It's possible. Could this be you're judging it artistically? Are you judging it based on the action alone? That's up for everybody to decide on their own. That's why when you have strange matchups like Guardians of the Galaxy versus Hard Boiled, that's a hard one to decide to because they're completely different. A sci-fi versus a shooting cop movie.
Just to satisfy my own curiosity, when the bracket was made, was that before Guardians 2 came out?
No, Guardians 2 had. I think we started the list back in June. So we started taking movies back in June. So Homecoming wasn't out. A lot of people say, "Well, why don't you have the new Spider-Man on there?" That was a great movie. It's like we started a month before it came out. Sorry.
It's newly minted, so
I don't think it would have made the list compared to some of these other titles.
Right. I just like in terms of like action scenes. Guardians 2 is just like got the first one over a barrel, like straight up.
It's so much more visceral than the first one. It really is.
Like every time you hear "Come a Little Bit Closer," come on the oldie station, you're just going to see like Rocket and fucking
Mr.
Grandpa
Blue Sky.
Grandpa Smurf tearing ass through the prison. Like I hated that song until that movie, and now it's on my fucking player.
So what's the hardest matchup for you to pick, Bob?
Boy, if you look at the Hill bracket, I mean that right there, those are some super heavyweights. You got Lethal Weapon.
That's a murderer's row right there. That's a rough bracket.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon versus Spider-Man 2, and then Terminator versus Super Cop. I literally don't know how I'm going to pick that for myself. And God bless anybody who can split their hairs on that one, unless they're like super dedicated. I think Super Cop is the best movie, or I think Lethal Weapon's the best, and Spider-Man 2 is like the best comic book movie of all time. All four of those. Whoever wins that particular 4-movie team up or bracket, I should say, they're going to earn it.
Absolutely. So for me, it's this might actually come as a surprise. It's actually Enter the Dragon and Kingsman, because as much as I love Kingsman, man, it's how the fuck you vote against Bruce Lee?
I know. I was so happy when I was doing the tallies. It's like, oh, Kingman has enough votes. They can get in. Kingman's in.
What fucking voice is that?
I don't know. I'm wearing headsets. Kingsman got in. This is how excited I knew Jay would be so happy that I got excited for him.
But yeah, when I saw it on there, I was like, yes, it fucking made the cut. And then I was like, oh shit, it's got to beat Bruce Lee. Oh. Who's your pick to win it all, Corey?
I feel like there should be like a Die Hard caveat, but it's gonna be Die Hard. Like speaking without bias, so many people talk about that as being the gate that the gate that burst open, or the dam that burst and ushered in like the great golden age of action movies in the 80s. And it didn't honestly even kind of abate until maybe the late 90s. But then guess what? Got into full fucking swing again when everyone started making comic book movies. What are you looking at?
I'm just analyzing the bracket.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's just got way too much of a presence in not just filmmaking by itself, but action movies at the same time. Sorry, reverse that. It's not just got such a presence in action movies. When people talk about action movies, Die Hard's always going to come up, no matter where you are. You could be in like Russian Kingman land, and somebody will be like, "Die Hard, da."
All right, so let me ask you this: on the same side as Die Hard,
Mm-hmm.
there's also heavyweights such as The Dark Knight,
Mm-hmm.
Aliens,
Mm-hmm.
and Lethal Weapon. You
Oh,
think Die Hard
that's-
could beat all three of those?
You mean over here?
Yeah, on the left side.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking crush him. And as much as I'd love the Dark Knight to take that one, it's gonna be Die Hard.
I think Die Hard can fucking roller skate through that without a problem.
Pretty much.
Even
yeah.
against
Yes.
Aliens.
Yes. Yes.
It is a whole-
I think its biggest competition comes from the other side. I don't
Me
think,
too.
and I think it's Die Hard 2. Like I think our finals are going to be Die Hard and Die Hard 2. I
Really?
honestly do. Yeah, I honestly do.
That
I
would be
think-
kind of shit because
I
I
think,
like Die Hard too, but there have been better movies.
I think Fury Road could fuck around and get over there.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Raiders, but I think Die Hard 2 has
You
enough
think Die
fans.
Hard 2 is a better movie than if it made it through? It'd be probably against Predator or The Two Towers.
Yeah, well, Two Towers wouldn't be my Lord of the Rings film to put in there.
Right.
Like I'm shocked that Two Towers is on there. Like, fucking really? Did you guys see all three of the Lord of the Rings films? Because Return of the King's much more action packed.
Yeah.
I would have put one
Um,
from The Hobbit on there personally, but
Which
I
one?
didn't. Oh, it was the second one.
I'm with you. But if it's gonna be one of the Lord of the Rings films, yeah, I mean, Return of the King's more action packed from like soup to nuts. I mean, Two Towers has the Battle of Helm's Deep, which is spectacular, but that's the only action set piece in the entire film.
There's a couple of minor ones, but nothing compared to Return of the King, where it's just
Return of the
battle
King
after
is-
battle
is-
after battle.
Is it's fucking Peter Jackson kicks the door open, flops down his New Zealand cock, and says, "All right, let's go, mates." And- all right, so what you doing? I'm going to start this one because I've got these little plastic guys behind me. I am playing Splatoon 2 on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, you better be
Um,
fucking playing Splatoon 2. I almost said splaying Platoon 2,
Spleen.
which is nonsense.
No.
Keep
It's really good. I mean, if you've played the first one, you have played this game. There are
Mhm.
no major mechanical changes that I've seen so far, but I mean, what's wrong with that? It's not broken. Don't fix it. You know, there's they added a new kind of single player campaign, which is like MVM from Team Fortress 2, but with
Yep.
fish, which is pretty awesome. Fishmen that walk on their tails and steal your eggs.
They're abominations. Return them to the sea.
Pretty much.
Mhm.
And then there's an actual single player campaign like there was in the first one, but it's a little more fleshed out this time. And
Okay.
online is great. I haven't had any problems with online, and I don't have to worry about voice checks. I'm not downloading a broke ass app.
Nice. All right. And you fucks better be playing when I get it in like 2 months, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I will. Don't worry about that.
All right. Because I had like nobody to play with for like the last 2 years in Splatoon 1.
I'm sorry.
Well, you don't have a Wii U.
I didn't have.
Alright.
I got a Switch, so I'm getting the game.
All right. You get a pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish up the Zelda DLC first, and then I'm gonna get started on Splatoon.
Because y'all are going to be like, why aren't you on Splatoon 2? And I'm like, I just started Breath of the Wild. You
Well,
pieces
we're
of
not
shit.
going to see him for a couple of months. Jay, you are playing a brand new game, Splatoon 2. And just like yourself, I like to stay up to speed on the latest and greatest games, only I'm a year behind. So I just finished up Shantae Half Genie Hero. And
Cool.
God, that's a beautiful game. It's funny. It's just flat out gorgeous. My wife was watching me play it, and she's like, this is not the same game you play. Because I was playing one of the
Pirates. Pirates
what was
Curse.
before Pirates?
Risky's Revenge.
Risky's Revenge. I was playing some of that, and totally different looks between the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the music, oh, I love the music. It's perfect for this game.
Vert is awesome. He did the soundtrack. He did the soundtrack for a lot of Way Forward stuff, like Contra 4 and whatever else. But
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've never hated a single one of his soundtracks.
Yeah. Yeah. So the music's good. The look is good. The humor is good. Everything. It's short. It's very short. I
Oh,
finished
no
it
shit.
in, I want to say 20 hours of gameplay.
I wouldn't call it short, but I wouldn't call it as long as a lot of games that are out there right now.
Well, keep in mind, I just wrapped up Zelda.
That's okay, true.
So, when I'm done? Okay. Oh, I can play on a harder level? Okay.
What am I doing? I'm playing Dragon Quest Builders. At least that's what I was doing.
Oh,
Now I'm living here And in about another 24 hours, I'm going to be living there. And then after that, I'm going to be living in Chicago. And that's very weird for me anyway. Yeah. It's fucking... I still can't believe it's actually happening. Like, it's not going to register until I'm on the plane tomorrow. Actually, when I get off the plane tomorrow, and I'm like, fuck.
I live here now.
Yeah. This is actually where I'm going to be getting all of my eating out done. It's all about viewer initiatives, damn it. All right, sorry, go ahead.
That's gonna actually bring us to the closing here, and this is kind of sad because this is our last episode with Corey, as he mentioned. He's moving to Chicago. So the Cretins Guild, we're not going to be down to 2. We're not 2 people. It'll always be 3. The Cretins Guild, but the podcast moving forward is going to be me and Bob. And it's not going to be the same, but we'll make do.
Well, I am going to be that asshole. And I got some parting gifts for you.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No. But this is like so completely your room, your space here. Are you fucking with me right now?
That is yours.
Oh my god.
What is it?
Yeah.
All right. This was part of the Loot Crate thing.
Oh, Swifty.
It's explicit content. You can't see what makes it so explicit, but it's basically Rick greeting an alien race in his own inimitable way that looks a little bit like that. Oh, there we go. And nice. I guess I was expressing like profound envy for it yesterday, but I was like, oh man, that's perfect. That would look absolutely stunning back there.
It would.
With
but
all the...
I could tell, but before I even knew what it was, it was like, no, this has his name written all over it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm enough of a Rick and Morty fan to admit that I laughed at the joke you weren't supposed to laugh at in the first episode of season 2. I don't fucking care. It was funny. Fuck you, Rick.
So our next episode, Bob, what are we going to be talking about? We're going to be rolling on with the action movie playoffs, right?
Yes, we're going to roll on with the action movie. And actually, there's one more thing.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't tell anybody about this. This is a surprise.
Okay.
For a while now, I have been trying to get a competitive trophy belt made for the 3 of us.
Okay.
Something that we just, all the 3 of us collaborate on, and then we're going to use it as a representative as the champion of the 3 of us. And it was going to have precise rules of how you can challenge for it, who can hold it, and everything. So we've been spitballing some ideas. The plans kind of got put on hold. I hired an artist to work on the main plate. That's a different issue. Tessie!
Hi, Tessie.
Wait, where? Oh, okay. She just came in.
Our neighbor's home. She went to go bark at somebody.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I get to see her in a few days, but I have to leave Gimli.
He's not in here.
No, he's not hanging out with us.
So
he's like, fuck y'all.
What I am going to do, Corey, I am presenting you with the prototype of the Cretins Guild Championship.
Okay. Well, what did I do to win it? All right.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
It's all about the
There
game.
you go.
And I like bacon.
So, Jay, in order to be challenged for this title, it requires one of 2 things. Either 2 votes from the founding members, the 3 of us,
Sure.
or a previous champion. With your approval, Jay, I would like to recognize Corey as the first holder of the Cretins Guild Championship.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
All right, then what happens after this?
I have to pin you. 24/7 rules.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, shit, like Crash Holly?
you have to defend the title once every 30 days.
Okay.
Every challenge must be agreed upon, like I said, by one of the 3 founders or a previous champion.
Okay.
It needs 2 votes.
All right.
And anybody can challenge you. A houseplant can challenge you.
I have some pretty
And it could be
fucking
any
fierce
kind of
houseplants.
challenge. It could be a staring contest. It could be Rochambeau.
Okay.
It could be anything.
All right.
You have to defend it at least once every 30 days.
When you say houseplants, do you mean like fucking rhododendrons or ferns or
Yes.
It could be a Christmas cactus, a ficus.
a ficus? Fucking ficus?
I know. Your mortal enemy.
Yeah, because I'll lose that one. Especially if it's a staring contest. Those bastards don't flinch for shit.
Just don't get into a staring contest with a potato.
No. Oh, because of the eyes.
Sorry.
No, that's good.
I'm slow. Anyway. All right. Well, I hardly accept this award for being awesome, I guess. All right.
Sure.
How about for paying forward a victory that I have not yet attained?
That works.
All right.
Well, someone had to start off holding a belt,
Mm-hmm.
and then he had to defend it.
I do wear all the pants. Like, you got shorts on. You guys are like big shorts dudes.
I work from home. I wear pajama pants almost every day. It's a rough life.
I got the belt. Now I'm supposed to cut a promo, right?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Victory
Speech.
promo.
Fucking yeah.
Make it a shoot.
Make it a shoot. So I've got to be like intentionally nasty to my opponents,
You don't have to be
and
nasty.
challengers. All right.
Shoots aren't always nasty.
I want to do the Ren and Stimpy thing where I'm like, "You're a nice guy. Your mom is a lovely woman. I've had your cooking. It's fucking scrumptious. And I had just as much of a good time shitting it out 2 days later."
This is our champion.
Is that okay?
You have to represent the Cretins. You are the champion.
That's acceptable.
I don't think there is a better representation of what the Cretins Guild stands for than that promo right there.
Fantastic. Y'all have fantastic tastes in clothing. I like your pets. And good fortune to each and every one of you. Also, get fucked!
So, Corey, we will carry on this podcast without you. We will keep the action moving forward.
Okay.
And we'll keep the action movie playoffs rolling forward.
If you're watching this, share this because we need as many votes as possible.
Yeah.
And obviously, Jay, you know the deal. You know the deal. Our dogs know the deal. You got to follow us. Follow us at YouTube. That's like the principal place to follow us.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Instagram. There's Facebook. There's
Twitter.
There's Twitter. There's so many. Just put in the hashtag nerd or not.
Grinder. Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, we've already got butt bread on our Instagram. How much more? How much deeper down the?
Nope. Nope. Stop right there.
All right.
Just
all right.
nope.
That's right.
We're serious. We're men.
Cretins Guild Champion. Right. Straight face.
So, God damn it.
I don't give a shit.
So until next time, guys, a fond farewell to Corey. I am Jay. This is Bob. We are the Cretins Guild.